Andre the not so giant. Andre the giant, but not quite giant, because this game actually has giants.
That's an odd ember you have there. Ah, I know what you're thinking, but I'm no good with those. It won't be easy, but I'm afraid you'll have to look for someone else.
Hey, can you fix that? 60 souls total. Not expensive. Oh, I shouldn't have repaired that, because I'm about to upgrade that, I think. Let's reinforce my shield, since I've been using it anyway. Makes the stability go up. Also uses resources that I just have sitting here, basically. No, I don't have the exact sequence of upgrades memorized, so I don't know if I'll need more each time. Is it modify next? It is. Large Titanite Shard. Now it's even better-er. It is way up there now. Slowly increasing its stability 1 point at a time. Not that big of a resource hog either, since it's not the resources I'm using to upgrade my main weapon. Need a large titanite though, which he does not sell, right? Crest of Artorias. Just didn't get that this playthrough. This is your reinforce and so on. Yeah, this means you can upgrade your weapons and armor and also repair them at the bonfire. But it's 6,000 souls to get all of them, and I could just come here. It's fine. It's fine. I have the ability to warp already, so I'm not in a hurry. I have 0 of these. That's too many. It's actually not too many. It's actually really cheap still. There we go. Don't get yourself killed. I stocked up on arrows so that if I ever do use a bow for any reason, at least I have some arrows for it, as opposed to like the 2 I had last time. Probably should have bought that stuff before. It's cheap enough. Shit. Shit, 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 shit. So I warped out thinking like, oh yeah, I can just warp right back in because I got warping powers, right? Completely forgot. Completely forgot about the fact that the warping powers only work. Oh. Wait, are you activated already? Ooh. I didn't activate you. That's neat. Hey, Demon Ruins. Nice to see you. I did not actually activate you, so that's neat that you just did that preemptively. I'll just backtrack so you guys can see where we are. Here's the boss fight we did. So that elevator took me up there. Huh. Neat. I did not know that elevator automatically activated if you killed the boss, and you don't have to activate it manually. This whole area up here actually might just be for the elevator? You are weird enemies. It's weird how they just levitate. Via, I don't know, force of fart. They just fart so hard that they physically repel themselves from the ground. Oh, that sounds weird having the sound effect play twice at a time. That was a threat, by the way. Oh shit. Shit. You didn't see that. That was embarrassing. Is this just the elevator right here? I should have fought my way down. I forgot where I was, kind of. Yep, here's the elevator. It's neat. Alright, so yeah, we don't have to deal with any of the demon ruins that we just went through before. Now, if I come back in here, I just need to take that one short fall for a little damage, or fight my way through all those dudes that I just fought. Which has a decent chance of causing basically the exact same amount of damage. That's mighty nice of them to give me a shortcut. I knew it was there, but I thought I had to activate it manually, which I forgot to do. And never mind, the shortcut's pointless. I forgot that the shortcut is kind of pointless. I don't know, was this always here? I've heard they added 1 or 2 bonfires to this game. That's like one of the only changes they made. Besides the multiplayer stuff. Maybe that one's new. Conceivable. Item. More souls. And woohoo! Oh. Not the best feel. We should enter fights in ship-shop shape. Tip-top shape. Whatever the fuck. Words mean things. So why not? Take a quick sit, and then come right back down. So they get rather spammy with the boss fights right here. This one's a weird one. I think the primary threat is just you don't want to get in the you don't want to get burned in the fire, more or less. Hi. How you doing, Mr. Centipede? You're a fucking weird boss. You were... Ow. I would rank this as one of those bosses I kind of forget exists every single time. Ow. Come here, please, dick. Oh, shit. God damn it. He's one of the weird bosses I kind of forget is in the game each time. He's so strange. Ah, shit. Please come over here. Dick. Thank you. Come on. Oh, come on. God, you're like a truck. Like somebody made a truck out of bugs and it was like, fight that. That's the boss. And I'm like, what are you talking about? No. Oh my god, I can't hit him a single time. Alright. Ah, he might actually kill me. I can't seem to land a single blow. And I'm messing up my iframes. Just come over here, please. Ow. Hey, I hit him. Hey, I cut something off of him, I think. Hey, his extendo arm's gone. Just like that. Neat. Ow. Rude. No more tail for you. Oh. Wow. My chop factor is through the roof. Like, holy shit, man. That was impressive. I think I chopped his arm off in one swing, and then I think I chopped his tail off in one swing. Jeez. This weapon does not joke around. He's actually a really cool boss design overall. One of the part of the potential that the bosses have when they make like wacky, cool monster bosses. I think one of the main downsides of the fight is the fact that your back's to a wall, so the camera kind of freaks out and does weird shit. They got better in later games at having excuses to have the fight take place on some kind of ledge or something, and maybe there'd be like a small wall to stop you from falling off the ledge, but the camera would have space to go into the background or something instead of just be stuck like this and stuff like that. They definitely learned as they went on. Alright, we need this. The orange charred ring. An orange ring enchanted by a witch. Reduces lava damage. Since his sores were inflamed by lava from birth, his witch sisters gave him this special ring, but fool that he is, he readily dropped it, and from that spot a terrible centipede demon was born. Weird. I believe the idea is... I think the he in this case is Ceaseless Discharge. I think he's the brother of the Chaos Sisters, I think. Which, a dude named Ceaseless Discharge is one hell of a nickname, I guess. But I guess he dropped the ring and this boss just came into existence on that moment. Sure, why not? So every little tick you see there where I take a tiny chunk of damage from my health and a sound effect plays. Imagine if every single one of those sound effects was me losing 20% or more of my health, because that's more what it normally is. There's something over here? Nope, I'm just killing myself. So at the moment, I'm just taking some unfortunate damage, kind of like the poison swamps and stuff. But I've avoided the fire very carefully this playthrough, because if I even stepped into it for a second, you can die well before you even get a chance to do any reaction or roll out of it or anything. It's so fast. Your death can be so abrupt and so shitty. Not even worth it to try to get those items we saw earlier. Not until I have that ring. They're like bait, just to ruin you. That might be enough. Not quite. Keep pumping up that excessive damage. I was amused by the fact that I looked at the wiki, and it describes this game as being a good mid-game weapon, as if to imply not a late-game weapon. I'm like, do you see the damage I'm doing? How is it not a good every-game weapon? I could see why it might not be it might not stand up to the utmost scrutiny of scaling when you enter New Game plus or something the fuck like that, but like, Jesus dude, look at the damage I do. It's fine. It's a good every game weapon. Oh. Isn't this like the buildings we saw? Huh. I think that's like the buildings we saw in the catacombs. I think there is noteworthy similarities, it's just a little harder to spot due to the lack of light when we get to catacombs. Welcome to the dumbest level in the entire game. This part of the demon ruins. It's just a pool of lava. There's like no... Oh shit. Oh god damn it. There's very little meaningfully going on with its design and its layout, and it only has one enemy repeating, which is Dragon Butt. Just dragon butts as far as you can see. Oh, I've never killed the undead dragon yet, have I? I forgot. The one that's near Blighttown, near Blighttown, but near Firelink and all that. Whoops. Forgot. Killed the other one. But yeah, you'll remember that this was the butt of the undead dragon in the Painted World of Ariamis. Just his butt. Just being a butt. Look at me, it's dragon butt. So you come over here and it's just dragon butts as far as you can see. And it's the only enemy here. I'll give it to them that it's... Ah! Holy fuck, how high were you? Whoa! Dragon butt uses tail whip. It's tail whip. I don't really remember fighting them, honestly. So I think the reason why the jump attack bug works and causes these guys to wake up in oh hey guy in the Painted World is because it is an enemy, as you can see here. It's not just a random environment detail that just sits there. It is physically, it's an actual enemy that exists in the game, and so something about that must cause some kind of damage or interaction that resets the enemy's animation. Where the enemy is supposed to be sitting there and it's supposed to just sit there and be invincible and ignore you and just be an obstacle on the bridge, but there must be an AI bug where if you hit it with a jumping attack, it resets its animation and then it stands up. But look at that! It's just dragon butts as far as you can see. Walking on the chaos routes is kind of neat. I'll give it that, but like the spam. The repeating lava texture just being the entire floor, and you can clearly see it's repeating, and then just dragon butts as far as the eye can see. It looks like the type of level that's made by a mod maker, and not even really a good one. It looks like a weird fan content. It's really strange. It's the strangest. And there's just packs of dragon butts as far as you can see. I mean, it's a toss-up whether it's the lowest quality location in a Dark Souls game or FromSoftware game. I mean, there's always that goddamn reindeer hell from Dark Souls 2. That's a contender. This one's weird because it's reindeer hell is a progress blocker and a huge point of frustration for the player. This one's just fucking weird. I just don't know what to make of it. Like, you just kind of you just run through it and you're done with it. Like, I think I'm done with it now, and we're never going back. So, like, it's not a big deal to go through or anything. But, like, it's just... It's so weird. It, like, cheapens the... For me, it always cheapens the entire game when I look at it. I'm like, what is this place? What is this place? It feels like I fell out of the game's geometry and fell into a zone that was unfinished. Which actually is what Ash Lake feels like sometimes too. Is Ash Lake feels... Mainly... In particular with the fact that it features entirely enemies you see elsewhere in the game. But also the fact that... What the... What? Oh, it's a decoy? Wasn't he moving? Oh, it is moving. But it's a statue. Weird. Ash Lake features enemies that are only seen elsewhere in the game. But that's not the biggest deal. Especially since they're not common enemies. But, the part where you get to the dragon and he doesn't even talk to you. And he just sits there. And he represents an entire covenant, but there's no, like... And he's animated, and he's sitting there, and he has a health bar and everything, but, like, it feels like they just didn't record his dialogue or something. But nothing compares to Dragon Butt Land. I think Dragon Butt Land, I think it represents, like, a prime example of what people were hoping... I think it's what people were hoping would be something that the developers would update. Like, when people think about, like, oh yeah, Dark Souls Remaster, they can they can improve and finish and update the game. When people are talking about changes, I think stuff like that is like on the top of the list. You definitely get a sense that when they got to the second half of the game that they were coming up with cost-saving measures that would allow them to ship the game on time while putting out cheaper content. And sometimes they did a better job, and sometimes they did a worse job. And here we have Dragon Butt Land, which is just an enemy. This whole zone is previous enemies recycled as all the enemies, and then just this weird floating dude that's barely animated. And then Dragon Butt Land, and so on, and the worst boss of the game, the Bed of Chaos. I still think Hydra's worse, but Bed of Chaos people think is the worst. Like this is all like weird low rent stuff, but the environment's kind of cool. These assets they use to set up the environment are kind of cool. And there's this weird fucker, just the weirdest thing over here. But then you have, like, Seath's Archives is kind of, like, high detail and cool and go around. But then the Crystal Cave kind of stinks of being this thing that they had to rush out. So they made their cave, and they're like, well, how do we make it playable? And maybe, I could almost imagine they had some gimmicky mechanic they had planned where you could, like, fly around in it or get around in some other way. But then they had to scrap that, and they're like, well, how do we beat the cave if we can't finish the mechanic? And I think that's when they landed on, there's invisible platforms everywhere. Like, that feels like something they would have done it's as a creative gimmick, but still something that was like a way to get the game out the door. As opposed to it doesn't strike me as being their original plan. This is all super hypothetical shit, though. I'm just guessing at stuff and giving my impression of how I feel about some things. And it's just part of the development cycle. Every game... Oh boy, that looks bad. Basically every game comes out not totally finished. That's just part of the experience. Gotcha. There we go. Hi. I made a mistake. I'm not supposed to be here yet. Shit. Despair ahead. That's accurate. Let's go poking around a little longer. I gotta find my shortcut back. And other things. And much like the Crystal Cave, I feel like that might be applicable for the Catacombs. They had these cool darkness they had these cool giant enemies and stuff and so on, but I feel like the darkness gimmick might have been an excuse to get away with making less level and detailing the level less, because you can make a big blobby area for the players to explore and make it really hard to navigate via the darkness, but the darkness also hides the fact that, like, the environment's probably not very detailed, and the stuff in the distance probably isn't really rendered at all. Like, you're probably just on some free-floating platform surrounded by kind of nothing, or some really flat walls, but you won't be able to tell because it's so dark. But the Catacombs are like one of the most memorable zones in the entire game, and I'm very happy they exist, because I think the Grave of Giants? Tomb of Giants, not the Catacombs, sorry. I think that's the name. Not to be confused. I think it's the Tomb of the Giants, and then I think Dark Souls 2 has Grave of Saints. I think I have those straight. And if you're wondering why I'm so off topic and just talking about the rest of the game, it's because I'm in the demon ruins. Really the topic of what's all the weak spots of the game is really the only thing to discuss right about now, because not a lot else going on around here. Oh, this is the place. I always misremember this. I always think that you get... Oop. I always think that you get to this bridge via the Dragon Butt area, but you get to it from here. And I always get that mixed up. Excuse me. Hello. Let's have a rest before we go there. Oh, right, you're not alive. It's all theoretical, but I just feel like there is... I feel like there was a... ship things into overgear, let's get this thing done, because we're a Japanese company, and we value getting our projects done on time. And I think that happened somewhere before Crystal Cavern and Tomb of Giants and Dragon Butt Land were done. And they had to come up with they had to come up with relatively efficient ways. Ow! They had to come up with solutions for those areas that were relatively cheap and can be developed within a limited amount of time. I'm gonna leave. Bye. I'm gonna get my checkpoint done before you get me killed or something. I definitely get the sense that they just had to rush some of those areas out, and they would just... whatever idea they had, they went with, and some of the ideas were really good and creative, and some of them were not. Wow, good job, me. Who's a bunch of creepy little bastards? But it's pretty standard for games to be not 100% done when they come out, compared to what was planned to be in them. Demon's Souls famously had an entire world that never came out. They just never made that whole fifth world or whatever that was planned. Bwom. Sunlight maggot. You guys are weird. They're like weird little creepy cricket things. They're really unpleasant. Die, all of you. Die. Come here. Hey, buddy. Die. Hooray. I did it. I did it. Gotta go back up here. What I'm hoping to do is go sit at the bonfire so that if I die, I spawn there, as opposed to strange places. A bit of a trek, though. Faster return trip because of that right there. Excuse me. Unfortunately, I've used a bonfire, so I'll spawn like in a weird spot if I go down now. Ow. Okay, stop that. Okay, stop that. Okay, god damn it, he's still a physical blocker. God damn it. Even after death, he was still blocking me. No! No. Calm down, this was not supposed to be an actual situation I could die in. Crap. You caught me playing recklessly. I was being all silly and not paying that much attention because I was like, this is fine, we're fine. It's these jackasses, and suddenly you see the difference real hard. Oh, press the button. I get to put my normal ring back on. Havel, there we go. Back to the fast rolls. Howdy. There we go. Attune magic. Let's play with my new toy. I got a new toy. The Chaos Fire Whip. Fire Surge kind of seems like it sucks. At least so far, the things I used it on didn't really take any damage. I'm not counting the freaking demons, obviously, because they are like almost immune to fire. But the other enemies I used it on also didn't really take a hit. And by the time I killed anything, it was basically out of casting anyway. The Chaos Fire Whip. Right. I forgot. The Chaos Fire Whip is basically Fire Surge, but chaosy. Good though. The Chaos Fire spells are the much stronger fire spells. They usually leave lava behind or do some other negative effect while you're at it. Which is what that guy used on me. There was a pyromancer right before the boss gate, and they tried to use some fire spell on me that was leaving... That Firestorm, I think it's called? I don't remember. But it was the one that has all the fire pillars come out of the ground, and each one had lava pools at the base, because that was the Chaos variant. Great for PvP. If you're gonna use magic during PvP, like, people quickly get really good at dodging magic spells, because your character, like, loudly announces, like, I am now firing my magic spell, and then charges with their magic spell, and then it slowly comes at them. And it's so slow that they tend to be dodged by all PvP combatants. And a good way around that is to use Chaos Fire spells. Because on top of the initial attack, it leaves behind a pool of fire. Although the best thing that a caster can have is just allies to distract the enemy so they can cast a spell. I had a lot of fun moments with the Wandering Bird where I was playing as the pyromancer of the group, and they were largely meleeing, and it's like we'd get invaded by a PvP invader, and she'd be like, and Chaos Fireball, and they're dead. Sometimes it would take 5 attempts, but it was a very clean hit once it finally hit, and it always feels really clean, even if it was your, like, 10th try, just because they die so instantly. Shit. Shit. Really? Oh. No, no, no. Did not want to do that slow-ass animation. Shit. You have way more range than I thought you did. Alright, we're off to a terrible start. Son of a bitch. God, I'm so bad at fighting you guys. Why? I know the super strange terrain they always make me fight you in is not going to help me, really, but damn, I fuck up a lot. Hey there. You seem like you're a bit vulnerable, like I'm getting into a groove here. I shouldn't brag, though, because I'm going to get freaking... I'm going to do a backflip off a cliff. Ow! There we go. Whew. That was not nice. That was not nice one bit. I don't have... Oh. What's wrong with me? Homeward Bone's not on my start bar? I mean, I haven't exactly had to use it a lot, but you'd think I'd want that to be on there. It's tempting to just go forward, because I know I'm gonna die anyway, but... Might as well not have all these souls on me when I... Because I kind of should see whatever souls I take with me to this fight next as being, like... forfeit. It's like 29. Which one's that? That's 5. Close enough. Boink. Keep pumping up that damage. Better that time. Got him on my first try. Remembering to hug the tail definitely works out better than Flailing like a jackass the way I did before. A Taurus demon does respawn. I wonder if the ones upstairs did. Right, I still haven't gotten the items from that either. We'll do it later. Let's get this item. Using up a flask or two is fine, because I won't be able to use them all anyway, most likely. Full of a brave warrior. Alright. Getting stuck. Woohoo! We are A-okay. That actually took less damage than the other fall did.